Hello. Welcome to Let's Get This Right. There we go. Hello, welcome to Rich Witch Wednesday. It seems every week I need to have 2 or 3 backup plans to get the technology right for this. So we are going to try it on my new computer, and talk about let's first world problems. Every new piece of technology just makes things more difficult instead of better. So I'm just trying to figure out how to get on the page to see the comments. Oh, there we go. I found the comments. Hello, Elizabeth from España. Okay, all right. So rock and roll. This is going to happen. So I'll begin. Hello, welcome to Rich Witch Wednesday. I am your host and head witch, Morgana Ray, where every week during the pandemic, I make myself available to you for any question you have. I am really focused on love and empowerment these days, and serving world-changing women leaders to create the planet we want to bring out of this crisis. Personal news. My cousin died this morning. So I woke up to some really tragic, heartbreaking news. I know an inconceivable number of people are going through very similar losses right now, and it's hard. It hurts. I got the news last week. I think I mentioned it last week, and I thought we had months, and we had a week. We really don't know how much time any of us have here, which is what makes the time we have so precious. I do believe that 2 things, what do you want to do with the time you have is always a really good question. Who do you want to be in the time you have? And I also want to briefly address that there's a lot of pressure, especially in the personal development community, to make the most of the moment, seize the opportunity. And by the way, that's really appropriate for a lot of people. And I've been thrilled to see that a number of my clients are seeing their businesses booming, especially, by the way, clients who are intuitives. And I saw this in 2008, and I'm seeing it again. A lot of demand and need and desire for authentic, intuitive, talented providers. And then, the client who owns a farm, super busy. My data analyst in Australia. It's interesting how it's like in tarot, you have the Wheel of Fortune. And it just makes me think, some people who are on the bottom and going through challenges are rising, and some people are going, over the top and going through hardship, and it just keeps going round and round. And the trick is, if you are in a difficult place, is to stay alive. And I've said this before, stay alive long enough for it to get better, because it will get better. If your personal development goal for this period is to stay alive, I think that that's great, because there will be so much business opportunity and growth and rebuilding when we come out of this. I hope sooner, but not too soon, because the one thing we can replace jobs, we can't replace bodies. So that is my stump speech for today. And it feels especially poignant having that loss so close. Fortunately, she lived a grand, full, glorious, long life. She was my dad's cousin, one of the kindest, warmest, funniest, and most glamorous women. Just beautiful person. So sending love to my cousin Stevie and the family, and now focusing on your questions. So I have a couple of questions to start out with that came in ahead of time, and then just type in your questions and comments and I will keep checking. Oh, thank you. Thank you for all the love. Okay. Question number 1. I love this question. I need to ask regarding the money honey. And so for those of you who are new, the money honey is when we change our relationship with money from a monster of scarcity. We always want to replace anything we take away. We want to replace it with something wonderful. So when we are having financial problems, and this, by the way, it's not even reflected in how much is in your bank account, because I've coached clients on public assistance and I've coached billionaires. And you know, it same underlying issues. So if money is an area of conflict or anxiety, we want to change that relationship, because what happens is it's building up unconscious reasons to repel it or get rid of it if you have it. We, you know, just unnecessary preventable money drama, because our unconscious really runs the show. 95% of our brain is just unconscious. So when we get rid of the money monster, that's what I call it, we replace it with a new relationship that has no inner conflict. And we call that the money honey, because it is worthy of our deepest respect and admiration and trust, and it aligns with our values, and we feel the love. And when that happens, people, especially women, but men too, typically make and keep a lot more money, because they don't have a reason to get rid of it, an unconscious reason. So back to the question I need to ask regarding the money honey. My twin flame departed from the physical realm 4.5 years ago. When he was in the physical, we had a very deep spiritual love connection and friendship like no other. Skipping ahead to where this, I began to feel an immense love, and I could feel him touching me and hugging me after he departed. This was very comforting due to the loss I felt. Just like the money honey relationship, there was a honeymoon, and then to keep the relationship going, I have to do all the initiating and conversation and connection. This is a good point, because in this relationship, you are the only relationship partner who has a body. Your money honey does not have a body. Your money honey exists in your imagination. It is a real relationship, because the brain can't really tell the difference between imagination and what's in front of you, because all we have is the construct inside our experience and our mind's eye. So it is a real relationship, but because you're the one with the body, don't wait for your imaginary friends to initiate. So going back to the question, up until now, I felt very uncomfortable making my money honey and the twin flame the same. I think partly because when the twin flame was in the physical realm, he was not very good with money. Ooh, very good point. And I have in mind that I might not trust his guidance if he is the same. Suddenly today, my money honey appeared as my twin flame. My twin flame said it doesn't matter if they're the same. Good point. And this is why your money honey, your relationship with money, is never going to be an actual real person who's really in your life. But when somebody passes and you have those loving feelings, it's something that might work. I am concerned about his track record not being good with money, but you want to remember that when you are connecting and having conversations with your money honey, it's not really the guy. Or here's a really good workaround, is imagine your twin flame, now that he no longer has a body, is able to see big pictures free of all the neuroses and fears that he had when he had a body. So maybe you are communicating, because you're always communicating with your highest self or source or universe or whatever you want to call it. This is a way to really tap into the frontal lobe, where you have your smartest, most creative, most resourceful thinking. So I would say, from what I'm feeling, if it feels aligned with you, try it for a week. And here's, again, the very big caveat is this money honey can share qualities of your twin flame. I had a period where my twin flame, or sorry, my money honey actually looked like my husband. But I knew it wasn't. It was just the same qualities of love and admiration and respect and safety. Without my husband's nonsense and limitations and foibles and fears. Those get to stay with the person. But the money honey doesn't need to have those. The money honey just sees you as your truest, most creative, most resourceful self. And that's why we have that relationship with what we call your money honey. It's really your relationship with life and yourself. But when we make it a separate person and we call it money, that helps us heal what was a toxic relationship with an aspect of life, which is money. And I decided to call it money because that was the area in my life that needed my love and healing the most. And it had immediate monetary results within 24 hours. Money was coming in because I had made that area of my life more safe and more welcome by making it a relationship that felt really juicy and loving. So that's the answer to the first question. Let's see. This is next question up. Oh, I love this. This comes up a lot. So listen in. This question, I have one question. How do you stay confident to charge what you think is fair when deep down you feel you don't deserve it? I struggle with that a lot. Thank you so much. Few answers here. You won't be able to if you don't feel you deserve it, because you'll be, push pull. It's like driving with the brakes. You're not going to get anywhere. So the not deserving it, we want to separate that from you. And that's not your thought. We want to really create the whole money monster. And by the way, those of you who don't know how to do my financial alchemy process of slaying the money monster and replacing it with the money honey, go to morganaray.com and just access the totally free 4-part video series that I offer at the top of the website on every page. You'll get one video a day so as to not overwhelm you, to introduce you to the concepts and guide you through. Also on the blog, if you just go to categories like Money Monster, you will find tons of articles on uncovering and getting rid of the money monster. If you click on the category Money Honey, you'll get lots of money honey stuff there too. Because I'm not going to make every episode teaching you the process here. But I want that available to you so that what I say on this show makes sense to you. So dealing with the deserving, what we want is that doesn't belong to you. When you do the first step and you uncover all the mess and pain that will go into the money monster, what we want to do when you personify the money monster in step number 2 is your monster is telling you you don't deserve it. So we want to separate all those feelings of inadequacy from you and put them outside of yourself in the voice and body and breath and nastiness of this monster that is in the way of your self-love and abundance and happiness and ability to serve and prosper. That's all money monster stuff. So we don't want it to belong to you. We want it to belong to the monster, because then we can get rid of the monster and keep you. So that's one point that I want to make. Another thing is, it's not about you. And this is This is usable right now for everybody, whether they are doing financial alchemy or not. It's not about you. Never make what you charge about you. Then it becomes this horrible, like, ego dance that is going to go up and down, like moment by moment. What you think you're worth is just really unreliable. Focus on your clients and their need, and what is the value of their pain? What is the value of eliminating their pain? And that is all that matters when you charge. It's not about you. It is, what is the value of getting rid of their pain? And if you need more skills, get more skills. But the danger to that, and by the way, I'm a huge fan of getting skills. I don't know that you can have too many. The more skills you have, the harder it becomes to market yourself, because then you just want to tell everybody everything you can do. It's really ironic. The less you have to offer, the easier it is to market, because it's really easy to stay very niched and focused. The more mastery you have, the greater the challenge to articulate what you can do for people. Is just a very sad irony. So the danger of chasing more and more skills is, because this is what I did, is that did not translate into more money. I got, my coactive certifications, my relationship coaching certifications, my neurolinguistic programming and hypnosis and creation technology certifications, and trainer certifications, and on, because I love to learn. I still love to learn. It wasn't until I changed my relationship with money, that's when the money started coming in. But all that training that I got made me get really, really good results for clients. And that is what kept increasing my fee, was the client results just kept getting bigger and bigger. So have integrity. Make sure that you deliver great, great value. And if you need to take more classes to feel confident in that, do that. But also know that there's a bit of a disconnect. You can have all the talent in the world and still cut yourself off at the knees because of your issues of not deserving. And that's a money monster thing. And even when you have a great relationship with money, focus on the client and not yourself. Focus on the value of the transformation. In fact, you can even, just like I make money a person, you can even imagine your business or your talent is a person and worthy of being loved herself. Like my business, my whole financial alchemy process, I gave her a character, and she's like badass, high ponytail, kind of a leather and a whip lady, and she really doesn't like to be disrespected. So again, just whatever it takes to make it not about you, make it about your client. And third question, and then I'll check the chat box. Can having a bad relationship with others affect having a relationship with money? Absolutely, absolutely. How you let others treat you is how you treat yourself. And when you mistreat yourself, you tell yourself that you aren't worth better. Like it can be very insidious. But when you allow people to disrespect you, or take advantage of you, or drain you, you are harming yourself, and that will break your money honey's heart. Now, it may actually make your money monster happy, but it's if you can imagine what it feels like when you love somebody and you are watching them self-destruct, it's very painful, very difficult to be around. And that's what you are doing to your money honey when you are hanging around people who do not exalt you, who do not love you and respect you and bring out your best and see the best in you. So, oh my gosh, it's repellent to money. I think I mentioned last week that a client, a friend, not exactly a client, but we've been kind of coaching each other for a few years because we're peers. booked a huge 6-figure client within hours of firing 2 clients that were not doing the work. She had delivered everything, and they were, it wasn't respectful. So there's something super duper attractive about saying no to what isn't in your highest good. It will definitely make your money honey happier. All right, let's see what else has come in. Question. I'm having an unusual issue separating myself from the money monster. It's like it's in me, telling me this is how it is, how I am, etc. This is new for me, as I've normally been able to kill the monster. Well, no, you cannot kill it if it's inside of you. So congratulations. You are evolving. Your monster is evolving, which means that your honey on the other side is also evolving, which is all good news. So the current scam that your new money monster is doing is sounding very much like you. So recognize that. Recognize that as the game that this monster is playing, that it's really not you. Go through the process, because we've known each other a while, and I think you were in one of my programs a couple years ago. Go through the whole burdensome step number 1 of uncovering all the crap, the root cause of what's making the world feel not safe, and that's easy these days. But whatever is going to light your neurology, whatever feels like the most potent to you, go after that. And when you have use that energy to personify the monster, that's when you put all of that stuff in the voice of the monster. Get it out of you and in the monster. Even if it was you, let's say 1% of you had those thoughts, because all the thoughts do come from you, but 99% of you thinks differently. We can separate that little 1% and put it outside of you. And because it sounds like it's being destructive. Yeah. This is how it is for now. It's like, well, not even for now. There is nothing that doesn't change. Yeah, take it outside of yourself. You have experience killing monsters, so just be Monique, the monster slayer, and take it up a ninja level. You can do it. Just keep going deeper and deeper until it's gone. Elizabeth, fees in the States are really much higher than in Spain. If I charge different fees depending on the country, could that work against me? I don't know. What I would not do is post different fees per country on a website. I would just have conversations with people individually and see what service is appropriate to them. I charge exactly the same, and the majority of my clients over the last 25 plus years have been overseas. I mean, the balance shifts year to year, but I've had a lot of clients from far, far away. That is the miracle of the internet. Clients from South Africa and Kazakhstan and Thailand and Colombia and was it Haiti? I always get countries in that region confused. Lots of Western and Eastern Europe. I mean, all over Australia, and countries where the dollar is much, much stronger than their currency. And the thing is if you offer something that people want and need, and they can see the value of getting it is makes it worth it, and the cost of not having it is more expensive than the investment, they will invest. Never presume to know what somebody else can afford. You can't know. It's not your call to make. All you can do is find out if what you do is going to help them, if this is going to be a good match, and then issue them an invitation, a really compelling invitation. Get clear on their why they need this, what it costs them to not have it, and if you can take their life to a better place. And I know I've met you, Elizabeth, you've got some crazy, amazing talents and skills and knowledge. Then give them an invitation and let them be a grown-up to decide for themselves. Learn how to have really ethical and effective enrollment conversations. That's a skill. And when you can do it well with integrity, because it's not enough to just know the words and pressure tactics and manipulation. Ew, like my whole body repulses against that. But when you learn how to serve somebody, then not only do you see people saying yes, you see the right people saying yes, the people who will be happy with their yes, because it is a good match. Let's hello, Martin, South Africa. We have Elizabeth from Spain. Sonika was in Bali last time we spoke. And I'm just checking to see if there are any questions. We are at a half hour. So I'm going to quickly wrap this up. We have our final Crazy Sexy Midlife Love radio show for Wednesdays. It's not the last episode of the radio show, but this is our last Wednesday episode today at 5 p.m. Pacific time, 7 hours from now. Very, very excited. What happened is the radio station loved our show and our numbers from just 2 episodes so much that they promoted us to a new, much, much more popular time slot. So we are going to move to bi-weekly Saturdays in May. But today we have our final Wednesday show, and the topic is going to be wish lists, must-haves, and love spells on Crazy Sexy Midlife Love with my husband at bbsradio.com/crazy sexy. That's the short version. bbsradio.com/crazy sexy. Join us there tonight. Ask us anything. I want to hear, what is your must-have? By the way, relationship with money is so much like relationship in love. Every money issue is a love issue. When you heal your relationship with money, really, I have seen this with every client. Love lives improve. And I would expect when you heal relationship with love and the underlying issues of worthiness and relationship with life, money stuff gets better too. So I use the same process I used for my money monster on my love monster, and I met my husband 2 months later, 25 weddings ago. Yes, I will post the link, and I'll say it one more time, bbsradio.com/crazy sexy tonight at 5 p.m. Pacific time. Listen live online, and if you're bold, please, please, please pick up the phone and call us. Either the phone number you can call online to talk to us. I want to know, what is your must-have in love? What is your wish list? Have you found your soulmate? What did you do? What did you learn? How's it going? Did you lose your soulmate? Do you need help? Any of the above. We are here to serve. We're going to be talking tonight about wish lists, must-haves, and magic spells, because my husband is surprisingly magical. Who knew? That is it for Rich Witch Wednesday. I will see you again in a week, my beloved sister witches. Mwah! Namaste.